Thank you, Cameron. Good morning, everybody. I thought today I'm going to speak about. Can you hear me, Cameron?
Yes.
Can you hear me
Yep.
well?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I thought today I want to speak about sales invoices in AltheaSuite, just to make sure that we follow the good practices. And a lot of our customers make sales invoice, and that's their process. They do. They'll invoice an order, and directly that goes to the delivery, and then they will deliver. So I'm going to share my screen and let me know, Cameron, when you can
Y-
see it.
I can see it.
Okay. So I'm going to start with dashboard because I often get this question, how do I set my dashboard? One thing which is very important is our dashboard is giving you your real-time sales, what's going on in your business. That will reduce the canceled invoices, sales returns, and the tax money that you have collected because that's not your sale. So what you see here is the real number, what you're making without the tax. And you can do the settings on this dashboard. We have a little gear icon here. If you go here and you can decide whether you want your dashboard to be as per your employee or category, or there are so many fields here. Go ahead and drop it down here and see how do you want to see your data and set that up. I have set it up as I want to see which employee is doing what sales. And then on top of it, not everybody in my account is a salesperson. So I checked box like, okay, these are the people I want to see what sales they are doing. And I have hit the apply button. And I also want to say that I just want to see per month. I could have said I want to see 2 months data, 3 months data, and that's how it's going to display. So on the same dashboard, it's all about sales, but we have given 4 options so you could view your sales in a different way. Set it up per your employee, per your category, per your brand, or you want to compare with the timing, like how was your sale this month compared to last month. You can do all those settings by going to the gear icon. Here it is sales by employee for me. Here it is sales every month, how it's progressing. Here I am comparing my last 3 months sales. So this screen can be configured, and if you still have questions, we will be very happy to help you out and set your dashboard. Next, we are going to go to the product definitions. We have done a lot of changes in the last couple of months with all the new implementations that we are doing. And a lot of you guys don't even know how things have changed. Sometimes even if I come back and look at Althea Suite implementation 3 months back, and now I'm like, oh my God, it was not even there earlier.
Mhm.
So let's address few things. You all know that we can set up warranty automations in Althea Suite, and we can also set up combo pop-ups, and that gives you an immense opportunity to upsell. I have been to customers' location and I have seen them saying that, oh, we sold so many of these add-ons just because salesperson was given that pop-up at the time of creating an invoice. So the first example I want to show is a set. This is a set I have created of instead of washer, I wrote driver. I'm going to fix my typo. I have created a set of a washer and a dryer, and it is a group, but at the same time, I have a different warranty for a dryer and different warranty for a washer. So I'm going to correct that. So I went ahead and defined a group, and in the group, I said that, see, my washer and dryer set does not have any warranty for itself. So I said that in that group, I have one element as a washer and one as a dryer. And then I'm saying break it as a child. Cameron, you want to mute everybody? Yeah. Break it as a child element when I'm adding that in my invoice so I can individually ask my customer about the warranties. So this setup is very helpful. If you do not have it, your account should have it. Otherwise, we can do an update. This works on the sales invoice and quotations, and we are also going to be adding it in the sales order. The another thing which is here is suggest sales price. Now you created a set because you want to give some discount on that set. So individually the prices are more, but if you want to give a discount and add these line items as a discounted price in your invoice, you would go ahead and apply discount here. Now, when we make invoice for this set, we will reverse apply that 10% discount and each of these elements will get added. And I'll show you by making an invoice there. So I'm going to get out of this thing. The next product I want to show you is again an appliance where I said that we do a lot of configurations in the backend for your sales where you can upsell. I have said that, hey, for this appliance, I want to pop up some options like, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? I've also said that I want to make sure my salesperson asks for the warranty when it's selling. And of course, it's a serialized product. So all that definition I have done in the backend. Everything is very easy. They can be done with the bulk updates. If you do not have it in your account, we can help you do that setup. So let's go ahead and make a new invoice. And then I had invoice which was already started. I'm going to make a new invoice right here. This is my sandbox. I have everything set. My product definitions are set. Now we're going to go ahead and create a new invoice. Couple of things here. Invoice gets created with the date and time of your system. If at all you want to change the date, like you wanted to have it for backdated or whatever reason it is, you have option to change the date, time, and the invoice number by itself. This is possible. Maybe you made some online sale with a platform which is not integrated with AltheaSuite and you're adding your old invoices or something like that. Um, Now you are also defaulted to the location where you are. If at all you have multiple locations and if you want us to configure where employee of location A must always get that in the selection and employee of location B must always get in that selection, we can do that settings. We can also default your product and employee to a warehouse, like fulfillment should happen only from this warehouse. We can also do the settings
And you're now paying at least 3 years now
where
to do your
you
job.
can, we can also do the settings where sorry, I lost my thoughts here. We can also do the setting where you could default a warehouse to an employee and default a product to an employee. Now this is my customer screen. This is something new we added. You could just update an existing customer right from here instead of going here and there. So I'm going to select any customer, let's say Amanda. Amanda is here and she says, hey, my email ID has changed. Can you update it? Go ahead and click on that customer detail. Right there, the customer information is going to open for you. And then you can change her email ID to whatever she's saying, update her phone number right there. And if you update that, the screen behind gets changed and the email and the phone number on customer profile is updated. If you clicked on email sales invoice to customer, system is going to send that invoice to the customer. We will help you do the tax automation. You can reach out to our team so that your sales team does not have to manually select that tax. We also integrated with some text messaging platforms, and I have in the last couple of weeks done some setups where invoice, once done and saved, can automatically send a text message to your customer. Thank you for your business. Here is my Google review link. Do you want to give us a review? So that is automated. You do not have to do any second or third steps. We can just send it as soon as you save the invoice. Now I'm going to first bring up that set and show you how we're going to put it in this invoice. You see that I'm adding that washer and the dryer. So once I added that, the first thing it adds is the dryer, asking me, ask your customer, do you want a warranty? I said, okay, yeah, 3 years warranty is required. Then the next thing it pops up is the front load washer because that was my second product. Okay, I'm going to take 2 years warranty for that. So let's expand the screen and let's see that you were able to add a washer and a dryer as a group, but it's a set where you could ask individually and make that sale. Now we're going to take the next example of my next product, which is this one. I'm going to scan this product and add it. You see again, I have added the combo pop-ups. So this gives you an opportunity to again upsell All right, do you want a four-prong card, three-prong card, or you might have 15 options here. I just said three. And then if your customer says no to everything, you do not have to go through all this. You could just say okay and then proceed to the next screen. Now we are asking that customer for the warranty of that item. Okay, I don't want a warranty. So no warranty gets saved there and the item gets added. Now this product I added without warranty. If it's a furniture, we do not have to worry about the serial numbers. But if it's an appliance, it is going to ask you for the serial number. And it's completely fine if you do not know the serial number. And at the time of delivery, we're going to address that. So this here, I'm trying to show simple setups that can help you enhance your business with all these additional things while making invoice and also gives you an opportunity to upsell. Now I'm going to go ahead and save this invoice. It's asking you for the delivery. You haven't assigned the delivery. Oh, I'm saying I'm delivering all that, but I do not have the serial number. So I'm going to just say this, all these needs to be delivered because I don't have serial number in stock. So I'm going to uncheck that. You have not specified serial number, not a problem, but this is not going to be for the furniture. You do not have any serials there. At this point, let's talk about what goes on from here. Your customer is ready to pay you. How are you going to accept that payment? Maybe he's doing a split payment. That's fine. I'm going to say that, okay, I'm going to pay $1,000 by cash and remaining is on account balance. This customer is going to pay us later on. So, very important, please understand that when you made an invoice and if you have saved invoice, you could have printed it and all that. That invoice, when your customer comes to pay you, you do not have to modify that invoice. This invoice is saved here. It's saying this batch is partial because some of the warranty items automatically got delivered. The payment status is pending and there is a pending amount also. There are two ways how you can receive this payment. One is customer comes back, you know the invoice number, you come here, you have an option of receive payment here all the way at the bottom. This is automatically going to bring that invoice here and it's showing you how much money your customer still owes you. I am not modifying the invoice. I am receiving payment against the invoice. Now, what about Amanda has two invoices pending and she wants to pay us? That's absolutely fine. I'm going to go to receive payment. Over there also, if she had more than two invoices pending, it's going to display both the invoices. So we're going to go here and we're going to select the customer. Let's select Cameron. She also has one invoice pending. Um, so here, if they have more than one invoice pending, it's going to display all here. So come here, clear that payment. Now, what about if this customer is not paying us 100%? That's fine. We're going to select the invoice we are trying to clear. We're going to adjust the pending amount. Okay, she's only paying us $2,000. And then we're going to say, how is she paying us? I'm going to just say cash. Okay, if she's paying us extra, instead of 2000, she's giving us $2,500. What do you want to do? Do you want to return that $500 to customer? Or no, she says, keep that money as my advance. I'm going to use it for my next invoice. So save returnable amount as customer advance. That helps you move that money to their account receivable as an extra money, and that can be used in the next invoice. Otherwise, we can just keep it as simple as this is how much she has paid. So we are clearing this invoice. Let's go back to that sales invoice. If you see, AltheaSuite has automatically updated the pending amount. Now we are accounting for how much you need to receive more. So don't worry about that. And if we go ahead and view that invoice, there is going to be an addition saved at the bottom that initially it was balance, then cash, then you receive first it was card and an on account balance, and now you receive cash for that invoice. So this is how you would create invoice with pending payments and receive payments later on. Now let's talk about an invoice which is delivered and it is dispatch is complete and then customer says, hey, I want to return this or swap this product, I want something else. We have a very nice option, sales return. that creates a stock transaction, brings back what you have delivered, and you can make a new sale to your customer. So go to sales return over here. If you are using AltheaSuite and we have not been able to transfer your data from your old system or anything like that, we have option of allow to return without invoice also. Maybe that sale happened last year and you were not using the system. So go ahead and do that. Otherwise, you could come here, select the sales invoice number. If you have the sales invoice number, it will automatically bring the customer name, address, everything, whatever their details are. This little eye icon also tells us how did this customer pay us when the invoice was created. Looks like this was the cash payment and the remaining is still on account. They haven't even paid you full. This little drop down here will only show you the products that are in that invoice because you're going to be returning only what they have purchased. So I'll say, okay, we are returning this one. How are they returning them? Are they adjusting the money on their books, or are you expected to give that money back? You know that they haven't paid you yet fully. So, of course, you're not going to pay them back. You can always come here and say adjust that on their account, meaning update their account receivable and adjust the money. So, this, or if this was a paid full, then in that case, you could have returned by cash or card. If you're using Clover, it would bring up that Clover device, their card number, etc. You can post that money back on their credit card. So I'm just going to put here as customer account and create that return. With that return, with all the transactions actually, if you go here and you can view the financial transactions, like what happened when I did this return. Let's go ahead and check it. With that one return you did, a lot of reverse financials have happened. Customer got the product back, product COGS got updated, inventory asset got updated, your sales account money got reduced. So all these financial transactions we are doing at the back end with whatever invoice, order, returns, um, bill payments, any action you're doing in the system, the financial transactions are getting updated. So there's nothing to worry about it. I can run the customer ledger now and see what's going on. And I can also go to invoice as soon as I have created any invoice. We just created that invoice sometime back. I can say, okay, let me see what AltheaSuite did for the financials. View financial transaction. It's going to show you as soon as you made the invoice, yeah, my sales account got this much money. Of course, my dashboard is also updated with that money. Customer has to still pay us because it was a pending payment. Credit card is a collection in my drawer, so $1,000 is sitting in my card, and I have a liability to pay tax here for that amount. So so what we have reviewed is invoices, returns, receive payment. On this here, we are adding options of redoing payments, which is going to be our next release. We have already added in for the customers who use the sales orders. Often what happens is payment has been received, order has been completed, and it has been invoiced, and we are hearing that, oh, it was a mistake. It was cash, but we entered as a card. So if you have a deposit in your account, then you will start seeing this option, redo payments. Same is for the invoice. After next week, everybody's account should have that. You've saved invoice already, you just want to change the payment mode because it was a data entry error, you will be able to do that right from outside without modifying the invoice. Now, there is another scenario where, of course, in business, often you have to modify invoice. Sometimes we are not left with a choice because customer is right there and they're asking for some changes. So it's okay. We have ability to modify invoice, so we can do that. So let's take this invoice here, and this invoice is saved, dispatch is still pending, and the payment is cleared. I can go here and I have option of modifying invoice. That means I want to change something, add a product, remove a product. So go ahead and modify that invoice. Now that will open that whole invoice. And actually, on the back side, we are wiping out what you did earlier and just creating a new invoice in the front for you. So I can just add any new product here. Let's say I'm just going to pick this up and then click on, and maybe I can remove this. This is absolutely fine. Go ahead and do that. It recalculates the money. If you are going to the payment, now it's asking me to select the delivery type. I am going to say that all these needs to be delivered later on. And then let's go ahead and do the payment. It's telling me that you've already done some received payments, you've done some other things on this invoice. But over here, it's bringing your focus to that payment, how you have received that money in the past. And this is how you could adjust the money and save that invoice. What it's going to do is, again, make the changes in the backend, update your stock transactions, update your financials, and save that invoice. I also have an option of modify invoice keeping existing payment, which is not in my sandbox. So I'm going to log into some other account and show you. We recommend doing that. Your customer is there and you have made a sale, and then now they are still in the store and they want to add something else, and you don't want to create a new invoice for that customer. I'm just changing to another account here. You see, modify invoice keeping existing payment. It will not make any change to that existing invoice. So if I clicked on that, and this is a safe option because sometimes I've heard that you don't want to change the invoice number, you want to still keep the same, but customer is just adding another model number. So go ahead and do that. And then let's just add something else to that invoice. This is stock warning. If you want to do those setups in your account that you want to have a negative stock warning, that's going to pop up. So I've added one more product. Now I'm going to go ahead and receive the money. It's going to bring your focus saying that you already have this much money from earlier from this customer. Now you are going to add more money. That balance is still, it's showing here the amount. Okay, this time he's paying this much by cash. So it adjusts the money and then you can save that. So modifying an invoice just to add a new product is not recommended, but modifying invoice with an existing payment is something you can use. But if you really have to modify it, it's okay, go ahead and modify. But this is a good example. You see, these are all showing in progress. What does that mean? That means you made an invoice at some point and you did not complete it, you left it in the middle. AltheaSuite is going to save that invoice that you're creating as an auto draft in the system so that you can come back and pick it up. So these sales are not finalized. This is not going to come to your dashboard as a sale. So go ahead and pick that invoice and clean your account and finish it. One another thing that we are trying to add more and more logs is that we have ability to open our account on two screens or multiple screens, which is great for business, but it also creates problems sometimes because you're modifying this invoice here. We have added a lot more logs to do that now. You're modifying this invoice here and something is going on. You come back and you do not know that, oh, you had modified it there. You are checking it, oh, it's in the editing mode, and you're going to here it's in the in progress mode. You are going to pick it again here on another screen. You open the same invoice at the same time on two screens. Some old accounts still do not have that validation, but now we have added a validation that it will not let you save because it will tell you that editing is going on another screen. That's when you get that error in the end because user has opened the same invoice on multiple screens. So please make sure that you do not have invoices left in progress. If you have started a modification, save that invoice and try not to modify unless it's extremely required. I had a call last week where somebody's like, oh, customer is paying for the remaining and they started modifying. No, there is an option to receive payment. Why would you go ahead and modify that invoice? Because there's a lot of transactions which are happening in the back end. So, and this is a complex system at the back. With the simple invoice that you create, we are updating financials, we are updating stock, we are updating your taxes, we're doing a lot of stuff. So we have to be careful about our actions here. Now, in the last 5-10 minutes that I have, I'm going to talk about some financial reporting. Um, the setup is done, the business has started, we are doing the sales. I'm not going to talk about the deliveries because my focus is sales invoice here. If you are in AltheaSuite account, and let's just come out of all these things, our business intelligence section gives you a lot of data analytics. You are running your business, you want to run your tax reports, we have reports. We need to see which one do you want to use. There are several reports because each of them displays the data in its own way, and then we have to see what works for you. Tax breakup by products and services is a good report where everybody can see, oh, how much is my tax I need to pay? What is my non-taxable income? What's my taxable income? Under the sales section, please check your account and look for this horizontal report. This is a collection report that tells you what you collected. There will be two of them. I recommend the one without balance, meaning what is balance is not your collection. So go ahead and run that report. Our reports can be used for any date range. So I'm going to say, okay, show me my collection for today, this week, this month, whatever, and run that report. It'll give you a clear picture of this is your card collection, cash collection, check payment. So you can check your drawer and see, okay, the money is collected correctly, what you see. This also accounts for canceled invoices. This also accounts for if I had any sales return, that will bring a negative because you made a sale, but when you returned it, you took that money out of your drawer and gave it back to the customer. So all that will get accounted here. These are two good reports. Other than that, under the sales section, if you're only making sales, you're not doing orders, you have COGS reports, which tells you cost of sale. There are different type of collection reports, but the one I am showing is the one I like, and that is a good report. You can run your sales by category, sales by daily invoicing summary, meaning every invoice is listed here. Every invoice, you could sort it by location. These are the invoices made for customer. That's the total. This is the cost to you. If you this report has several views, several types. So this one is with the profits. There is another one which does not have profit column. If you don't, our reports also have access rights. Maybe you want to open some reports for the sales team, and maybe you do not want to open some others. You can add those access rights on the financial accounting here. So let's go back to this category by sales. You want to see what's your sales per different category. So I'm going to just do that. It's optional. Do you want to select a particular category or you just want to keep it open? That will give you a complete breakup per category, what you're selling. And if there is any return amount in that category, it's also going to show that. Um, Coming to your employee, you want to see who is doing what are they selling, which employee is being the most profitable in the sales. We have several reports, sales by associated employee, if you're adding an additional employee, sales by just employee, a split report, it's a breakup of if the sale is being shared by two team members. You have all these options here. But at the same time, for your business, you might have something very specific that you're giving 5% commission on certain categories and maybe 2% on warranty sales, or maybe um, 10% on add-on sales. So we can do those configurations and settings for you very easily and set up a report which will be for your team, your commission report. So run the reports that you see here. Each report has a complete detailed description. There are times we would get an email that, oh, these two reports data is not matching because there are different conditions applied to the reports. Some people want to see the sales of only delivered products and then give commissions on that. Some people would like to give commissions on as soon as sale is made. So that's the reason we have different reports here. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to go to my second sandbox. Now, those are boxed reports. Those are spreadsheet reports. You can run as Excel or a PDF and save them. We offer an advanced analytical drill downs also. I want to drill down my sales. I want to know on which cities, straight, zip, which type of customer is buying, how are my different locations performing. We offer drill down module to our certain type of customer. It depends on what you have purchased, what type of AltheaSuite account it is. This drill down module, you can create views yourself, and the options are unlimited. You can create views yourself for your sales, orders, financial accounting, collections, inventory by serial numbers. And you want to analyze your sales, go ahead and say, I want to drill down my sale. Give it your name, um, because you might have several people creating their own views here. You can say data calculated from today, or you want to have a specific drill down for a month or a year or whatever it is. I can select all the parameters, and the parameter drop downs are going to change as your drill down type is going to change. Now I can select all these things. I just want to know how are my multiple locations performing. I can further say that break it by location. I want to see how is my sales by location. And if you see here, break it by category, break it by product, brand, color, size, city, state. These options are based on the custom fields you have created in Althea Suite account. Let's say that I want to break it by employee, um, created by employee. I can break it by that also. I'll do category. Now, this is a top level selection. I want to break my sale per location by category. On top of it, you might say that, hey, I only want to see just these couple of categories. You can further apply the filters or just leave it blank and run that report. It brings the sales there with the mm, margins and markups, everything. The next click gives you all your locations, and you know now which location is performing better than the other. It also gives you what margins you're running at. My next is category. I can further say this is clearly showing me what is my category I sold the most. Our columns are all sortable. Go ahead and click it. You can see mattress is the most selling category in my sandbox. Similarly, you can check for your other location. Now, how did this total come to? I can go ahead and click that, and it'll show me each document, each invoice below that. This is how this number is coming. I can from here view each of that invoice and see, oh, okay, this is what I sold to him. The signature is also there. Maybe we were doing some Clover testing and saved the signature. So the data is there. It's up to you how you want to analyze it, how you want to make use of that data, and be a result driven. This is just a small example what I'm trying to show here. I have created this drill down. I can say click on create. It saves there. Now, this is a very simple example I gave. You could drill down your financials, your trial balances, your profit and loss, your balance sheet. On just few clicks, we can tell you how your business is performing, and you could create a drill down of your profit and loss for last year, this year, next year, and save them. So it's just a matter of a click in Althea Suite, and your data is at your fingertips. So this is how reports can be handled. The sales data can be eventually be a bank deposits, bank reconciliations. We're not going to get there because this is not a place where I'm going to talk about that. My focus was sales invoice. Um, let's go ahead and go back to your account. And if you are our existing customer already, and see how your product definitions are, and if my team can help you enhance those definitions. A couple of more things. When you're making a sale, at the time of sale, we are showing you what your stock in hand. We're showing it here too. But when I made that sale, let's take an example of something which I have stock. Um, and if you are also of in home furnishing business and you have Ashley catalog, this just one checkbox here will give you actual Ashley inventory. What is the stock count of Ashley in this account? Let me bring that field in front. So you can save the setting with that field in front in your account. This is the stock at Ashley based on the account number that you have given us, based on your Ashley store location. This is going to give you Ashley details, what's the stock in hand, and also what's the lead time. When is it going to come to you? So you can make that decision on when you can deliver this product to your customer. Now, looks like I have 13 in stock. I'm going to copy this queue. I'm going to go ahead and make an invoice. While you're creating invoice, I also encourage a lot of our customers to use our order module, which is very powerful and it has a lot more flexibility than just invoicing. But when you're making this invoice, right here on the three dots, you have option to see the stock. Show stock. It will tell you what is stock in hand as of now across all your different warehouses. Pending POs, are there any POs you made for that product? It's going to display there. Are there any stock transfer requests in between your multiple warehouses? It'll show that. If you made a sale and there is something pending on deliveries, it'll show here that if it is pending on deliveries or pending on the sales orders. So all that information is handy when you are making that sales order, a sales invoice. Also, the three dot here brings you to the complete product definition. Over here also you have customer says, hey, I want to see under the bedding category, um, if you have um, something, you can just come here, click that category and say, okay, let me see. Okay, I have a stock in red color or yellow color, whatever it is. And then you can make that sale by looking at the stock right when you're making the invoice. One more thing which I did not talk about was you can change the price at the time of invoicing. This is a completely access driven option. You can give discount at the time of invoicing. This is again a complete access. You can say I want to give 10% discount or maybe just put a fixed amount. If you are giving a discount, we are accounting that as a discount to customer. If you change the price, you're just changing the price for the product. Again, show cost price is an access option where you could globally hide that access, but this gives you your markup and margin right where you're making that invoice. We also have another setting where you could do invoice level discount, but it is setting based if you needed that. Um, we are integrated with Ship Engine. If somebody is doing shipping, we can create the shipping rates and label if you are using Ship Engine on the sales invoice. And you can print a ship label for your customer right there. You could print a sales invoice sticker right when you have saved the invoice, right? You made a sale. Um, a customer is here buying from you this product. Amanda is buying from us. I could have printed a sticker as soon as I made that invoice and saved it. It's called sold sticker and label that box like sold to Amanda. So it's still on your display floor, but you know that it is sold. We create a lot of beautiful barcode stickers. Maybe in some other meeting in future, we will cover that too. This is all I have for today. And in the last few minutes, I'll be happy to take questions if you guys have. Once again, anybody who is our existing customer who wants to use AltheaSuite more, our sales order module is very powerful. We are handling exchanges, returns. I want to encourage all of you to talk to us. There's absolutely no cost. So see, this is an example that everybody does. I canceled that invoice there and now it's still kept in the modify mode here and I'm in the loop here. But our sales order module is very, very powerful in the appliance and furniture business where there is a lot of ad hoc last minute changes. Please use sales order. That will give you the option in our new release I'm just going to quickly show here. You added a model number and then and sales invoice does not support all that. Um, you added a model number. Here you can say that this is an exchange or this is a return. All those options are available for you here. I'm going to go to another account to show you that. Anybody has any questions for us?
I have a quick question. This is Brian.
Yes, Brian.
We've got some items that we don't have in inventory, like range cords, hoses, things like that. Let's
Okay.
say we sell one of those to a customer.
Okay.
We do a sales invoice. The customer brings that back. If I do a return, is that going to try to put it into inventory someplace?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
They're marked non-inventory, I believe. Those products.
Okay,
They're
so it's
marked
not
non-inventory.
Yes, that's what he was saying, I believe.
correct. It's not in inventory,
So
so it's
then
not
you're
going to
not
try
even
to put
tracking
it
it. It's not.
someplace.
No, then you already marked it as non-inventory. So that means you're saying, I don't want to track the stock of this. So it's not going to do anything. I mean, you can still do a return for the purpose of financial transactions, right? But it's
Mhm.
not going to do anything else.
Okay,
Um,
perfect. That's what I was
yeah,
hoping for.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
So I wanted to show this under our sales order. We have given a beautiful option now to do an exchange right there, which will like an example of you have money from your customer already. You took $2,000 on the credit card, and then now it's just an exchange. And he's not going to pay you more for that. It will adjust that money right there and create a negative pickup on your delivery queue. Or if it's a return again, it will create a reverse pickup. So please see if you want to start using our sales order, because there are a lot of options that we have added there that could be helpful. Yeah.
I had a quick question, Deepa.
Yes.
So if that order had been invoiced
Yes.
and then we needed to do an exchange,
Yes.
would you go back into orders and do that?
Yes.
Or would
Yes. You would still go
okay.
back to order. Yes.
Okay.
I will do a full training on that maybe next Thursday, how you can do your exchanges and returns at the sales order. I'll do that on next Thursday. You will
Okay.
see that you will create an order and add an exchange will add a negative, and you can link it with that invoice that you've already made, and
Oh,
it'll create
okay.
a return for your delivery. Yes.
Perfect.
And since you're using Clover, it'll also adjust that money there. Sounds good. Looks like we had a great turnover today. Last week, I was a little sad. I did not have many people. It was just me and one of you guys here. Thank you for your attendance, and please reach us if there are any questions. And you can also give us the topics that you want us to cover in these meetings, and then we can schedule training according to that. Christy will be posting this on our website and also send you all a link if you want to view it later. And anybody needs a one-on-one meeting, we are there. We are in fact calling all of you. Hey, do you need help? Every day, Sana is at the office and calling everybody. Do you need any help? Anything? We are happy. If you don't see anything in the system, doesn't mean we don't have it. It is possibility that in your implementation we did not talk about it. So let's get back to our support team and see what you need and get that going. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
you.
I put some links in the chat for you as well as our support line. So thanks. We'll see you next Thursday.
Yeah, we'll see you next
Hey,
Thursday. Yep.
Cameron, real quick, still don't think I'm getting the links for the weekly meetings. This one went to
It's the
Jeff and he
same
forwarded it to me.
link every
Or is
week,
there a
Brian. So if you
notification?
see this, it'll be
We'll
the
add
same.
Brian.
Yeah.
Add him on the Zoom. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Are
Thank
these
you.
Thank you.
recorded
Appreciate
by
it.
chance?
Yes, it's recorded. Yeah, we'll share
Thank
that.
Yep, the link is in the chat if you want to access. Our lovely office manager will put it up, I believe this afternoon.
We'll send to all of you. Yep.
Yeah, it'll be up on our website here within the next couple of hours, as well as on our YouTube channel. So if you're not following us on YouTube, here's a good time to do that.
Thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
everybody. Take care. Bye.